正解。
Rebirth of the Malicious Empress of Military Lineage. Chapter 84, Distrust. A planned day would often go by very quickly. On the third day, when Shen Miao came to the Fengxian pawn shop, the Chen brothers had been waiting for a long time. Compared to before, both of them seemed to have changed a lot, especially Chen Yushan. That bold and uninhibited air was gone and replaced by dense clouds. Shen Miao gave Chen Yushan and Chen Yuhai a glance and had an idea about it in her heart. In all likelihood both of them had already inquired about the younger Chen sister's information, perhaps had also personally saw her. To witness for themselves the miserable situation that their sister had fallen to, was the greatest provocation for someone who was decisive in killings in the pugilist world. Otherwise in the previous life the Chen family would not have recklessly went forward to assassinate Prince Yu. Shen young lady. Chen Yuhai first spoke. Previously Shen young lady said that there was a way to let the imperial family not being able to trace the matter back to the Chen family. Is it possible to tell us, brothers? Ji Yushu looked at his cup, as if he could see the flowers inside but was deliberately not looking at Shen Miao. Shen Miao sighed. I naturally want to help, but just like what was said before, the risk I am taking would be great. In some ways, the Shen family is tied to the same boat as your Chen family, so if anything goes wrong, the Shen family will also suffer. Chen Yushan paused before saying, I knew that this action is forcing one to do things against one's will. So if young lady is willing to help, half of our Chen family business and everything would be given to the Shen family. Once his words were said, even Ji Yushu could not help but raise his head and look at Chen Yushan. The Chen family was the richest in Jiangnan, which was a fertile land since ancient times. The Chen family's money was estimated to be much more than the imperial family had, and now to take the initiative to give half of this business, for the Shen family, it must be asking a tiger for its skin. Shen Miao heard what was said, and when she saw Chen Yushan pleading expression, she could not help but be in a daze. The Chen family sisters had experienced torture, and because of revenge the Chen family was willing to pay such a price. They obviously knew that even if she helped, one could not truly sleep in comfort without worries. Even so, they were willing to gamble. This could be said that the Chen sisters had such a position in the Chen family heart. In the previous life when she was imprisoned and when she was isolated in the inner palace, if at that time the Shen family was still around, would her parents and elder brother also spared no cost to save her? Shen young lady. Seeing Shen Miao lost in thought, Chen Yushan spoke out to call her attention. Shen Miao recovered to her senses and smiled gently. Do not bother about half the family business. I will help with this matter, but not because of your family business but to build a relationship. In the future if there is any need for your Chen family, one hope that one would not decline. Secondly, I also have a blood debt with Prince Yu residence, and if the Prince Yu of the first rank residence is not exterminated, there will be a day when trouble will come. She looked at Chen Yushan. Today, we are all on the same boat. Chen Yushan looked at Shen Miao. Her eyes were clear and her tone was sincere, as if all the words and phrases she said had substance and everything that she said could be done. From the first encounter to the present, she did not have the display of a budding young lady. Chen Yushan could not help but think that if the Chen sisters had the temperament and means of the young female in front, perhaps they would not be so miserable now. Thinking about the Chen sisters, Chen Yushan's mood turned slightly better before darkening again. He said, what is Shen young lady's approach? Regarding the imperial family, you temporarily need not ask, as it would get better in these days. Furthermore, if you want to take action, it is best to do it next month. Next month, Prince Yu will be marrying my Tangji over, and during the second day of marriage the surroundings would be lax, so you should start it in the early morning to be absolutely safe. You. Chen Yushan wanted to say something, but at the end he shook his head. How could you conclude the imperial family side in 1 month? Shen Miao glanced at the tea-drinking Ji Yushu with a smile, but yet a smile. You need not worry about that. The current matter of vital importance is to convene men and horses. After pausing, she then continued, the Prince Yu residence is not small, you must first find out the layout, and on the day of execution, other than my Tangji, After rescuing, you must cut the weeds and dig up the roots. Rest assured, us brothers know. Chen Yuhai said. One do not know what rules are there in Pugilist World's extermination of the household. The cutting of weeds and digging up of roots that I said meant that regardless of womenfolk, children or the old or servants and concubines, there must not be one alive. The entire Prince Yu of the first-rank residence must completely become a grave. Chen Yushan and Chen Yuhai were surprised for a moment before Chen Yuhai frowned. The servants and concubines are mostly the pitiful people that Prince Yu took captive. Shen Miao smiled bitterly. A centipede dies but never falls down. If gentlemen Chen want to be merciful, it would only harm the Chen family, and our Shen family people would also be implicated, she said callously, and in a moment later, Chen Yushan nodded his head. We would definitely not leave a survivor and implicate young lady. It would be the best. Shen Miao said. Then one wish that both of you would be able to avenge the deep hatred and wash the prince residence with blood. After speaking with the Chen brothers for a while, they then stood up to leave. After they left, Ji Yushu finally spoke. Shen young lady, you are still young of age but know a lot of things. Just now I see it clearly. The Chen brothers are experienced and knowledgeable people, and they actually went along with your arrangement. Shen young lady, it is my first seeing such an intelligent and beautiful female like you. One do not know if there is any opportunity in the future to take a walk with you in the outskirts on a spring day, admire the lake on a summer night, in the deep autumn. The words in front were still fine, but the later words were getting outrageous. They were like a lecture's words that teases unmarried young females. Manager Ji. Shen Miao asked, it cannot be that you only want to say these stuff to me. Ji Yushu cleared his throat. In fact, I only want to tell Shen young lady that the information had been created and spread into the palace. One think that it would not take for long for Shen young lady to achieve the result desired. Shen Miao was secretly slightly surprised. Although she knew that the Feng's Yan pawnshop had the ability, but she did not know that other side's action would be this fast. Presumably there were also people in the palace that were colluding. Else there would be some twists and turns to get the message quietly penetrated into the palace. The waters of the Feng's Yan pawnshop really ran very deep. Just now she did not conceal the deal with the Chen brothers because she knew that it could not be covered up. Thanking Manager Ji for the trouble. Shen Miao's eyes hang down. When the matter is successful, the promise made with Manager Ji will be done as pacted. Ji Yushu was silent for a moment before asking in a rare serious tone. Shen young lady, this one do not understand one thing. Please speak. Shen young lady represent the Shen family to do business with me. Are not you not afraid that there will be a day where I will want the Shen family to do dangerous things, and push the Shen family into where the wind and waves are the fiercest, making this deal not be such worthwhile? Having said that, Ji Yushu stared at Shen Miao to pay attention to her expression. Shen Miao did not blink and lightly said, as for worrying about future difficulties, it would be better to worry about the problem on hand. If there would really be such a day, one can only say that it is my Shen family's fate. Ji Yushu spoke with some doubt. Really? It is fake. In the secret room, Zi Jingxing heard the movement at the other side and lazily said, only Ji Yushu, that fool, would believe her words. Zhao Yang said, this girl's deceptive abilities is at the point of perfection. How is Ji Yushu her opponent? No worries. Zi Jingxing said leisurely, once boarded my ship, it is not so simple to get out. When Shen Miao got up to greet Ji Yushu with her goodbye, Ji Shuyu suddenly said, oh yes, Shen young lady, previously you requested of me to inquire about young lady Liu Ying. There seems to be some news. If Shen young lady is anxious, there could be a result in these couple of days. However, Shen Miao's reply made Ji Yushu shocked. Shen Miao said, no rush. Manager Ji can slowly search and I can slowly wait. After she left, Ji Yushu then shook his head and spoke as he walked into the house. Truly a female who is more difficult to understand than young lady Xiao Yao. At least young lady Xiao Yao would be happy when she is given pearls. Could it be that this one will be happy if one send her a human head? He shuddered as he hurried into the house. In the palace, in the emperor's study, the memorandums on the desk were stacked way high. Emperor Wenhua sat in front of the table with the report spread out, but he did not take a single look. He had already reached the age of a cycle of 60 years, although he was hale and hearty. He had stepped into the passage of time and his temples had white spots. In this word, it was by large just a reincarnation. He had experienced the will and spirit of a youth, moments full of them, that even though his strength was not there but the people that were looking at him saw an elderly and old tiger. There would always be new tigers to inherit his position. At this moment Emperor Wenhua's expression was very serious. As he grew older, he became thinner but his skin was lax as if it was pasted onto the bones, making it a strange elderly sight. When he spoke in a hoarse voice, one could vaguely hear the monstrous anger inside. Old 11 really killed a guard that looked exactly alike to that assassin? The two black-clad men in front said, reporting to your majesty. Yes, the people caught was tortured. In addition, Prince Yu's trusted aide that was captured in the residence of the Prince of First Rank, had also personally admitted that a few days back there was a masked guard that was killed by the Prince of First Rank. Emperor Wenhua closed his eyes and threw his hand violently. The paperweight on the table flew out and clattered as it broke into a number of pieces. After a moment he laughed out coldly. Old 11, Zen really underestimated him. There were numerous eyes and ears in the palace. Concubines, officials and even the empress used these eyes and ears to survive in the palace. Whoever was able to gather more information, whoever would gain the decisive opportunity to win. The emperor was no exception. Only when his eyes and ears were everywhere, he would be able to sit more securely on this dragon seat. Initially, when he heard from the spies of the matter by accident, that Prince Yu of the First Rank had killed a person who looked like the original assassin, Emperor Wenhua could not believe it in his heart. The imperial family's feeling was that then and he had stepped on all his brothers' corpses to seat on this imperial position. He only left the then-ranked 11th Prince Yu aside, because Emperor Wenhua always remembered that dangerous night where Prince Yu used his body to block, and was drenched in blood as he saved his life. Emperor Wenhua often thought that after so many years, his good treatment to Prince Yu was only just because of the gratitude of that leg, but since then it represented that Emperor Wenhua still had affection and kindness. When sitting in the position of an emperor, the feelings behind everyone's treatment were no longer pure. Even his sons were filled with a calculating heart. But Prince Yu was able to remind Emperor Wenhua that there was still someone who could ignore safety, and block a sword for him, and that he still had a close brother. But now, this was like the greatest joke. Apparently that act was just a scene arranged by this close brother, so much that Emperor Wenhua suspected that Prince Yu's deposed leg was also fake. What kind of plans that Prince Yu had to seize the throne, that he had concealed one's strength and bide one's time for so many years. Emperor Wenhua felt furious and insulted when being cheated. To be betrayed by a trusted person, not only would that trust be returned, but doubts would also be intensified. The people in the imperial family were naturally paranoid. Previously one did not suspected Prince Yu because of his devotion, but now that devotion had become a false front, the seed of doubt that the imperial family had, immediately grew into a towering unshakable tree. Send people to guard Prince Yu residence. Zen want to see what kind of tricks he want to play. Jiao Gong lowered his head and looked quietly down at his toes, as if he had not heard the emperor's anger, but his heart sighed slightly. Troubled times. As the days passed, it seemed that nothing was happening in the Kamding capital. With the approaching of the new year, people were busy purchasing New Year stuff, and even the poor seemed to have some faint joy. But no matter how happy the days were, there would always be people who were not happy. In the palace, Prince Li was walking along the gardens with Prince Xiang. In the faction of Prince Li, Prince Xiang's and Prince Chen's forces were weak and bowed before Prince Li, and their attitudes were very respectful, as compared to the Crown Prince's power where Prince Zhao and Prince Jing were the tip of the spear. Prince Li was taking the route of doctrine of the mean. His learnings were not of the most outstanding. Consort mother was not the most favored, but was able to organize things from up till down slickly. No matter if it was the court officials or brothers, they were willing to give him face, but in private he was an out-and-out smiling tiger. Sixth older brother. These days, one heard that imperial father treat royal uncle very coldly. Prince Xiang spoke. You have also heard it. Prince Li smiled. When he smiled, there were small wrinkles at the corner of his eyes, making him look like he had an easygoing character. He also had an easygoing attitude and chatted with Prince Xiang. Imperial father had always valued Royal Shu greatly. These few times Royal Shu had a request to ask and had entered the palace a few times, but Imperial father unexpectedly declined with the excuse of being busy with state affairs. Discerning people could see that Imperial father is deliberately hanging Royal Shu to dry. Emperor Wenhua's treatment to Prince Yu could be described as being extremely benevolent and did the utmost duty. There was once a time Emperor Wenhua had a favored consort who offended Prince Yu, and her maiden family was also quite powerful. But Emperor Wenhua did not even say a second word and banished the favored consort to the cold palace. He even told everyone, 11 is Zhen's brother, those who do not respect him are not respecting Zhen. It was because Emperor Wenhua would definitely agree to all of Prince Yu's requests that such a sudden change in attitude would make everyone detect it. But why is this so? Prince Xiang was puzzled. What had Royal Shu done that provoked Imperial father? For so many years, no matter what Royal Shu had done, Imperial father did not even blame him at all. One also did not hear anything about the matter with Royal Shu these days. Do you know what it is that Royal uncle entered the palace to request from Imperial father? Prince Xiang shook his head. Seventh younger brother. Prince Li patted his shoulder as if he was an older brother admonishing one's insensible younger brother. One must pay more attention to the things in the palace. With such honesty of yours, sixth brother would have to worry everything for you. Prince Xiang smiled shamefully. I follow sixth older brother and sixth older brother is smarter than me, so whatever sixth older brother says, it would be it. I heard that royal uncle entered the palace to request on the matter on the Shen family. Shen family. Prince Xiang suddenly saw the light. Could it be that Royal Shu angered Imperial father because of the matter with the Shen family? He thought for a while before saying, but Royal Shu is marrying the daughter of the second household of the Shen family. Imperial father could not be furious just because of the Shen family's second household. No one could understand Emperor Wenhua more than his sons. Prince Yu could not have angered Emperor Wenhua, unless his request had overstepped the proper boundaries. One had lived in the imperial family for so long. The bottom line of the emperor was nothing more than power. The Shen family's second household had a third-rank civil official, Shen Gui, who had no real power and would not affect the overall situation, so Emperor Wenhua would not be angry with Prince Yu because of that. That is correct. Prince Li said meaningfully, but royal uncle requested to marry the daughter of the first household of the Shen family, Shen Miao. So it was like this. Prince Xiang only understood clearly now, that Shen Xin has the power of the army, and if Royal Shu want to marry the daughter of the Shen family, one fear that he has committed imperial father's taboo. But how did Royal Shu suddenly want to marry Shen Miao? Previously did not he want to marry Shen King? Even if imperial father take his nonsense, such a sensitive thing like this, Royal Shu would not be this muddled. I also do not know. Prince Li shook his head, even though Royal Shu had overstepped the bounds of what is proper for these years, but kept playing his role of a courtier. This time it was excessively absurd. Imperial father would certainly not let Royal Shu marry Shen Miao. But this time Imperial father did not explicitly say it to Royal Shu but instead avoided to meet. It seems like there is a warning of sorts. Probably it is that the patience had whittled away cleanly. Prince Li smiled bitterly. It is better for both of us not to talk about these things as it has nothing to do with us. These days imperial father does not look too happy. One must not show up and poke. Sixth older brother is right. Prince Xiang nodded. After the two persons left, a person slowly walked out from the depths of the garden, with light-colored boots and jade. It was Prince Ting. Fu Ziyu. He had stood in the garden and the conversation between Prince Li and the other was heard by him. He looked at the disappearing back of the two and thoughtfully murmured, Shen Miao. In the top floor of the Lin Zhongxian's pagoda, Ji Yushu placed the letter that Jiao Yang finished reading into the burning charcoal to destroy. The information has been spread out, and Emperor Wenhu is also suspicious towards that old dog. That old dog has crushed its own foot while trying to maneuver a rock and did not even know it. Ji Yushu was somewhat rejoicing at other people's misfortune. Jiao Yang shook his head. It is better to be careful. Nothing can go wrong now. I know. Ji Yushu touched his nose. What is third older brother Z doing that one cannot even see him? Which day is he not busy? Jiao Yang suddenly sighed. Do not know if his character is right or wrong. I believe third older brother Z. Ji Yushu said, third older brother Z has such great ability. Why are you blindly worried about? He had planned it for so long that even if it was not successful, there is no problems with retreating without any harm. Jiao Yang, you really have a heavy mind. You look at our third older brother Z, even though there are so many things in his heart, he is still natural and unrestrained. This is then considered a man. It was evident that Ji Yushu was Zi Jingxing loyal follower, that even the meaning between the lines were filled with worship of Zi Jingxing. Jiao Yang rolled his eyes. Bootlicker? Who is a bootlicker? What's more, one need to see who the other person is to bootlick, if it is deserving for me to do so. He looked at the other in despise. Like you, I would not bootlick even if you go down on your knees and beg me. Jiao Yang smiled warmly. Is it? Then in the future do not come over to take medication for whatever reason. Even if you go down on your knees and beg me, I will not prescribe any. Ji Yushu was surprised for a moment and immediately changed the direction of the conversation. Actually, I previously thought that the youths in the Ding capital are all embroidered pillows, good to look but not good to use, and only third older brother Z is the man. But now I actually admire another person. Other than third older brother Z, there is someone who is considered a young hero in Ding capital. Oh, you still admire others? How refreshing. Jiao Yang said in a lukewarm attitude. Who is able to enter your old powerful eyes? It is Shen family young lady, Shen Miao. Ji Yushu slapped his thigh. Damn, I have never seen such a daring female even dare to scheme the imperial family and towards Prince Yu residence. That is a residence of a first-rank prince, but then she want to get rid of it all at once. You have not seen before. Jiao Yang scoffed. Previously Shen Miao burnt down her own ancestral hall in a big fire and even dared to use her own life to bet, and it was at that time that Jiao Yang felt that Shen Miao was really a madman. They were accustomed to scheme and plan, and when taking action it would be cautious but dependable, so at the first glance upon seeing such actions without fear of one's life, Jiao Yang initially had the mindset of watching a show, as he was certain that with Shen Miao's rampage, she would not live for long, but he did not expect it was him who judged incorrectly. In every seemingly reckless event, she would be the final winner of it. Jiao Yang sometimes felt very strange. People like them view themselves as exquisite porcelain. Unless it was the last resort, they would not risk one's life if there was no confidence, as the opponent was not worth their own lives. But Shen Miao was the other extreme. She treated herself as the hardest rock there was, and her opponents were porcelain, and she seemed to have lost nothing, but those porcelains up against her were all smashed into pieces. Not everyone had the courage to treat themselves as a rock, but it was because of that Jiao Yang felt Shen Miao was much more dangerous, and towards an enemy who could grow, the best way was to kill her before she could grow in time. But Jiao Yang was somewhat unsure what Zi Jingxing was thinking. It was not possible for Zi Jingxing to not see the variables on this girl. If Shen Miao become the obstruction to their plans, it would only mess up the overall of things. Previously, did she do any brave deeds? Ji Yushu asked in shock and then nodded. Formidable great general's daughter. It is normal to be brave. Even though she does not have any martial arts skills and was not brought up by Shinzin's side, no one would dare to bully her with this temper. Seeing Jiao Yang was somewhat out of sorts, Ji Yushu suddenly thought of something and continued speaking. Speaking of which, even though it was I who made the news for this matter of the imperial family, but everything was done in accordance to Shen Miao's plan. Now to think about it, She is truly scary. Do not know what was wrong with Prince Yu. These days it seems that he had lost his head in anger and actually told Emperor Wenhua directly he wanted to marry Shen Miao. He obviously knew that Shen Xin had military power in his hands, and whoever married Shen Miao would become people with evil plans in the Emperor's eyes. Prince Yu would actually make such a mistake, and that Emperor Wenhu indeed be suspicious all the way. Once a little fire is added, one fear that even upon Prince Yu's death, Emperor Wenhua would not bat an eye to it. Like this would be the advantage of the Chen family. This plan of Shen Miao interlocks, and there was no error in calculation at all, because she is one without any accidents. Zhao Yang was somewhat rueful. What Zi Jingxing said was correct. Every time when one saw Shen Miao doing a seemingly dangerous thing, at the end she would be able to reach her initial purpose. In her plans, there was never any accidents. Zhao Yang thought mischievously, if there was a day where he could see Shen Miao panic-stricken and become dumbfounded because of accidents, how happy would he be? In short, I think that this Shen Miao is worthy to be considered a friend. Ji Yushu seriously said, in addition to my ability to see appearances, she would definitely become a beauty in a few years' time. An intelligent and beautiful female like this, how can I, Ji Yushu, miss? He exposed a self-considered romantic smile. I have decided, other than young lady Xiao Yao, she would be placed in my heart. From now onwards, other than young lady Xiao Yao, she is considered my intimate female friend. Zhao Yang simply turned his head away to not look at this stupid fool. And at the moment the intimate female friend of Ji Yushu's mouth was picking and choosing things in a room. Younger sister, you have picked so many things to gift Shen King for her dower? Shen Qiu scratched his head and asked. Shen Miao had picked from the safe a portion of things that the emperor had bestowed and was searching for something. Finally she picked out a jade pillow that felt smooth and cooling, that even putting it out on display, it was filled with the lustrous light of jade. It truly looked good. Could it possible that younger sister picked this to gift to Shen King? As the day of Shen King's marriage was approaching, the entire Shen family started to worry about Shen King's marriage. A few days back, Shen Yu actually asked Shen Miao what was she gifting to Shen King and was coincidentally heard by Shen Qi. But one did not see Shen Miao do anything and thought that she finally remembered about the matter today. This Shen Miao picked the jade pillow and shook her head. No. Oh. Shen Qiu asked, does younger sister wish to use it? This jade pillow looks not bad. Shen Miao's eyes drooped. This jade pillow was called Ice Silkworm Pillow. In her previous life after she entered the palace, Shen Xin gave it to her as part of her dowry. Much later then she became the empress and Mai Furan was deep in the imperial favor. She said that her health was not well on one fine day and had some headache, and insisted on having this pillow of hers. At that time the ice silkworm pillow was given to Wan Yu. Wan Yu did not comply and quarreled with Mai Furan and broke the jade pillow into pieces. Fu Ziyu severely punished Wan Yu, but after a while, the news of the marriage with the Xiongnu came. Now thinking about it, the past were but all old dreams, but still able to break one's heart. Younger sister, Shen Qi called out worriedly when he saw Shen Miao keeping quiet. This is for me to gift another. Shen Miao said, as for eldest sister's additional dowry, if eldest brother have time then help me to casually pick. If eldest brother do not have time, it is the same to let Gu Yu buy. Her words could tell the thin relationship she had with Shen King. Oh. Shen Qiu mumbled. Only when Shen Miao walked out the room he then pat his head. Silly me. I forgot to ask younger sister who she was giving the jade pillow to. Outside the room, Jings also asked, young lady will be giving the pillow to who? A friend. Since there was future use for the Chen family, there could not be no indication. Favor and benefit. Sending charcoal in a snowy weather could gain a faithful ally. The technique of managing people was what she learned from Fu Ziyu. To the younger Chen sister with a chaotic mind, soothing the nerves was undoubtedly a good thing.